Now, we kind of first had books, then we had live theater, went to radio, movies, then television. And a lot of people have been interpreting games through this lens, as though games really are kind of like the natural evolution of this. But in some sense, I think games have a very different evolutionary heritage to what I call linear storytelling media. Games really are rooted as far back, if not further, than the printed word, sports as well, then the idea of toys and play in general. Now, if we actually look at play, and kind of what it is, it obviously evolved for a reason. We see that, animals play in the wild, as a form of education. They're kind of playing out little scenarios that will, help them survive into the future. We have babies. We look at our babies, and one of the first things they do is they start interacting with the real world. Their arms are flailing around. At some point, they understand they can control this thing that's beating them in the face. They can pick up things, manipulate them. And that interactivity with the environment is their first natural kind of form of education. I have a lot of people, that play games, and they always come up to me and, I'd love to be a game designer. I really enjoy games so much. I know I'd be a great game designer. And they're focusing very much on kind of the gaming part, and they give almost no thought to the designer part. And really, that's the hard part of game design, is the fact that as a game designer, you're trying to integrate all these different fields into one thing. Most of the game design documents I get look kind of like this in the mail. But at the same time, games are actually drawing from all these kind of previous forms of linear media. But at the same time, they're drawing from a lot of other interesting fields, things like architecture, toy design, product design, art, mathematics, behavioral psychology. All these things kind of collapse into the field of game design. Right now, we're in an age where all media is expected to be malleable. Anything you see, kids want to create games. They expect games to be easy to create as movies, or web pages, or whatever. They want it to be malleable, and so we have so many people coming in, making this stuff now that we're, in some sense, back to the apprentice level of design, even with these older art forms that we used to think of as professional. So we have this kind of ladder, and this is evolving across all forms of media: games, movies, books, etc. Where there's basically a ramp where somebody can start as a consumer of, let's say, certain blogs, and at some point they can kind of work their way up. They can become an organizer of content, distributed content, or even a creator, make their own blog, make their own YouTube videos. And it's becoming a larger and larger part of our identity.